California 2025. The name itself still conjures a dream, doesn't it? A sun-drenched promise of golden beaches, iconic sunsets painting the sky over the Pacific, and a sense of limitless possibility. For generations, this was the place you came to invent yourself, to chase a vision, to live a life less ordinary. The California dream wasn't just about wealth, it was about a lifestyle, an energy, a culture that welcomed everyone. But look closer. Peer through the haze of nostalgia, and you'll see a different picture emerging. The streets, once bustling with a vibrant mix of dreamers, artists, and families, now feel strangely quiet in places they shouldn't be. So why does it feel like normal people are disappearing? The very backbone of the state's creative and cultural engine? And in their place, a new, more exclusive California is rising, a state where the hum of everyday life is being replaced by the silent, powerful presence of the ultra-rich. It's a velvet rope economy where the price of admission is quietly pushing everyone else out. This isn't a gradual shift, it's a seismic fracture. A paradox where the state becomes more desirable to the global 1%, and simultaneously more unlivable for the millions who call it home. Today, we expose the real reason California is becoming a luxury state, a playground for the wealthy that is systematically pricing out the very people who once made it great. This isn't just about high prices, it's about a fundamental transformation of the Californian identity. The numbers tell a story that's impossible to ignore. It's a tale of two Californias, diverging at an alarming speed. On one side you have an exodus, on the other, an elite takeover. In just 5 years, a staggering 880,000 more residents have left the state than have moved in. Think about that. That's like the entire city of San Francisco packing up and leaving. These aren't just numbers, they are teachers, nurses, artists, small business owners, and young families who looked at the future and realized it wasn't here for them anymore. And it's not just residents, the tourists are voting with their wallets too. Tourism spending, the lifeblood of so many Californian communities, is falling. The state that once topped every bucket list is now earning a reputation for being prohibitively expensive. Meanwhile, a humanitarian crisis unfolds in plain sight. Homelessness has surged by an unthinkable 35%. On the same streets where multi-million-dollar deals are made, tens of thousands are left with nothing. It's a jarring reality that's becoming harder and harder to ignore. And here's the paradox in its starkest form. During this same period, luxury home construction has hit record highs. Gated communities are expanding, and mega mansions are rising from the hills like modern-day castles. Coincidence? Not even close. This is the blueprint of the new California, a state being actively redesigned for a clientele that can afford to be insulated from the problems it creates. Before we go deeper into how this happened, if travel truth and understanding the places we visit matters to you, take a second to hit that subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but it makes a huge difference and allows us to keep making these stories. So, why have middle-class tourists, the bedrock of the travel industry, started to ghost California? It begins the moment you try to book a trip. On average, a simple weekend in Los Angeles now costs more than an all-inclusive trip to Cancun. Let that sink in. A domestic getaway has become a luxury import. The sticker shock is immediate. Finding a decent hotel for under $300 a night in any major city has become a scavenger hunt, and the costs just keep stacking up. You go out for a drink, and you're looking at $25 cocktails. That's not an exaggeration for a trendy spot in West Hollywood or San Francisco. It's the new normal. Need to park your car to explore? That'll be $50 for the day in a downtown garage. And that's all before the litany of taxes and mandatory fees that seem to appear on every bill. A tourism assessment a resort fee, even if you're miles from a resort, a health and wellness surcharge. It's a death by 1,000 cuts for any travel budget. You see it in the faces of families on vacation, doing mental math at a restaurant, trying to figure out how the bill got so high. The joy of discovery is replaced by a constant, nagging anxiety about the cost. When travel starts to feel like a punishment, when every experience is tainted by the feeling you're being gouged, people don't just complain. They choose someplace else, and that's exactly what's happening. There's a quiet, seismic shift happening across the Golden State. It's not an earthquake, but its effects are just as transformative. While the middle-class visitors, the families who once saw California as the ultimate summer vacation, are packing their bags and leaving, a new demographic is moving in, and they're not just visiting, they're taking over. The first sign of this new California is the walls. Gated communities, once a symbol of exclusive luxury, are no longer the exception. They are becoming the rule. They expand like fortresses across the hillsides. From Orange County to the Bay Area, their manicured lawns and private security patrols creating a clear, unbreachable line between the haves and the have-nots. And behind these gates, mega mansions rise from the dust. These aren't just large homes, they are architectural behemoths, sprawling compounds of glass, steel, and concrete that seem to defy gravity and modesty. We're talking 20,000, 30,000, even 100,000 square foot properties with infinity pools that spill into the Pacific horizon, private IMAX theaters, and garages that house more supercars than a dealership. Each one is a monument to unimaginable wealth, a private kingdom built on land that was once accessible, or at least visible, to all. Nowhere is this transformation more apparent than in the legendary enclave of Beverly Hills. What was once the playground of movie stars and Hollywood royalty is rapidly turning into a billionaire bubble. The old money glamour is being replaced by a new, more insulated, and far more extreme level of wealth. The streets feel quieter, the hedges taller, the gates more fortified. It's a city within a city where the price of entry isn't just $1 million anymore, but hundreds of millions. This isn't just gentrification, it's stratification on a scale California has never seen before. This is the new California dream, but it's a dream available only to a select few. It's a world of valet-only restaurants, members-only clubs, and invitation-only events. A world where the roar of a Lamborghini is more common than the sound of a child's laughter in a public park. So, who are the new kings of California? A huge part of the answer lies in Silicon Valley. Tech CEOs and venture capitalists, flush with unprecedented digital fortunes, love it here. They see California not as a place of culture and history, but as a beautiful, convenient backdrop for their global empires. They can work from their Palo Alto headquarters, weekend in their Napa Valley vineyard estate, and host board meetings on their yacht in Santa Barbara, all without ever having to engage with the reality of the state they now dominate. They've even created their own infrastructure, a parallel society of private buses that ferry their employees from the city to their isolated campuses, bypassing the public transit systems used by everyone else. It's a perfect metaphor, a hermetically sealed ecosystem of wealth, gliding past the struggles of the common Californian. Tourists and workers, the people who pour the coffee, clean the hotel rooms, and once ran the small businesses that gave neighborhoods their character? Not so much. They are the invisible foundation upon which this luxury paradise is built, yet they are being systematically priced out and pushed to the margins. For them, the California dream has become a daily struggle for survival. It's a cruel paradox. California didn't become a worse place to live. In many ways, its natural beauty is as breathtaking as ever. It just became more expensive than happiness allows. It's a state that now demands a cover charge for existence, a place where the price of admission is your peace of mind. The sunshine feels different when you're constantly worried about making rent. The ocean breeze offers little comfort when you're calculating if you can afford to fill up your gas tank. Let's break down the real cost of living in this supposed paradise. Families, nurses, teachers, and young professionals now pay upwards of $3,000, often closer to $4,000, for a basic one-bedroom apartment in any major metro area. That's not a luxury condo. That's a walk-up with a 1980s kitchen and a view of a brick wall. Need to drive to work? That'll be $7 a gallon, sometimes more. In a state built around the automobile, the daily commute has become a crippling expense, a tax on the very act of trying to earn a living. And want to grab a quick lunch? That classic California burrito, the everyman's meal, will now set you back $18. It's no longer a cheap, delicious staple, it's a gourmet commodity. When the cost of a burrito mirrors the hourly minimum wage, you know the system is broken. You can only call it the dream for so long before the words lose all meaning. For millions, the dream has evaporated, replaced by the harsh reality of economic exile. It's a silent exodus, happening one moving truck at a time. But here's the tourism paradox. The state still attracts the rich. In fact, for the global elite, California has never been more appealing. The superyachts still pack the marinas in Newport Beach and Marina del Rey, floating palaces that cost more than a hospital wing. The private jets still line up at Van Nuys and Santa Monica, ready to whisk their owners away to the next exclusive destination. For this class of traveler, the high costs are irrelevant, a rounding error in their vast fortunes. They experience a curated, frictionless version of California, completely detached from the state's growing problems. But what about the average travelers? The families from the Midwest? The couples looking for a romantic getaway? The college students on a road trip? They're doing the math, and they're going to Mexico instead, or Costa Rica, or Portugal. They're finding they can have a 2-week, all-inclusive luxury vacation for the price of a 3-day trip to Disneyland. And this is a critical turning point, because when the middle class stops visiting, a city loses its soul. It loses its energy, its diversity, its spontaneity. The vibrant, eclectic, and sometimes gritty character that made places like Venice Beach or the Haight-Ashbury legendary begins to fade, replaced by a polished, predictable, and ultimately boring veneer of corporate luxury. The cities know this is a problem and they try to hide it. During major events, they create what's known as a clean zone. They erect fences, clear out homeless encampments, and power wash the sidewalks to present a flawless image to the world's media. It's a Potemkin village on a citywide scale. But the fences always come down, and visitors notice anyway. You can't hide a humanitarian crisis that spans hundreds of city blocks. Tourists come expecting the glamour of Hollywood and are instead confronted with a shocking level of poverty and despair they never imagined seeing in America. The cognitive dissonance is jarring, and it's the one souvenir they never forget. In San Francisco, this contrast has become the city's new brand. The city that once gave us the summer of love is now defined by the grim juxtaposition of unimaginable wealth and abject poverty. San Francisco's brand is now tech meets tent cities. It's the dystopian future, arrived ahead of schedule. This is the reality that no travel brochure will ever show you. It's a tale of two cities, existing side by side, but in different universes. And it's a story that's pushing more and more people to a breaking point. So, where did everyone go? The middle class didn't just vanish, they relocated. They packed up their lives and embarked on a great migration to places where the American dream is still within reach. They moved to Nevada for the booming suburbs of Las Vegas and Reno, to Texas for the job markets of Austin and Dallas, to Arizona for the affordable sunshine of Phoenix and Scottsdale, and to Florida For a coastal lifestyle that doesn't require a trust fund, the exodus isn't just domestic. A growing number of Californians are giving up on the country altogether, finding a better quality of life and a lower cost of living in places like Portugal and Mexico. They've become economic expats searching for the stability that their home state can no longer provide. They're discovering that the same salary that meant scraping by in California affords them a comfortable, even prosperous life elsewhere. They can buy a house, save for retirement, and take vacations, the basic tenets of a middle-class existence that have become luxuries in the Golden State. And here's the ultimate irony. People now vacation in the very cities that Californians are moving to. A new tourism trend is emerging, where travelers follow the exodus, seeking out the places that offer a better quality of life. Tourism follows life quality. People want to visit places where others are happy, thriving, and building communities. They want to go where the vibe is optimistic, not stressed. So, is this irreversible? Is California destined to become a gated community for the global elite? Can California turn this around? The answer is yes, but only if the state is willing to make a radical reset of its priorities. It requires a fundamental shift in thinking, away from catering exclusively to the ultra-wealthy and back towards the people who form the backbone of the economy. First, it must embrace tourism again, not just the luxury kind, but the family-on-a-budget kind. That means fostering an environment where mid-range hotels can thrive and small businesses can afford the rent. Second, it must aggressively reduce the cost pressure on its own citizens. This means tackling the housing crisis head-on, investing in public infrastructure, and finding ways to lower the crushing burden of daily expenses. And most importantly, it must protect its working families, ensuring that the people who serve the martinis and code the apps can also afford to live with dignity in the state they help to build. Because at the end of the day, an economy cannot survive on vibes alone. Palm trees are a great brand, but palm trees can't pay the bills. A state needs a thriving middle class to function. It needs teachers, firefighters, plumbers, and artists. It needs the energy and creativity of people from all walks of life. If it fails to act, the future is clear. By 2030, California might look a lot like Monaco, a beautiful, sun-drenched coastline that serves as a tax haven and playground for the world's wealthiest citizens. It will be exclusive, pristine, and perfectly manicured, but it will also be hollow. A place where the streets are silent after dark because the service workers have to commute 2 hours from the inland desert. A place with designer boutiques but no quirky bookstores, 5-star restaurants but no beloved neighborhood diners. And it will be empty of the very people who made it legendary. The dreamers, the rebels, the innovators, the artists, the misfits. The people who came to California not because it was safe or exclusive, but because it was a place of possibility, a place where you could reinvent yourself and create something new. This forces us to ask a difficult question. Has California evolved into something new and aspirational, or has it simply lost what made it special in the first place? Is this the next chapter in its story, or the tragic end of its golden age? Because if a place becomes too expensive to enjoy, too exclusive to access, and too difficult to live in, does it still belong to the people? Or does it become something else entirely? A museum piece, a luxury good, a beautiful postcard from a place that no longer truly exists? What's your take? Is California still the ultimate dream destination, or has it become an exclusive luxury bubble, detached from its own legacy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoy travel truth that goes beyond the brochure, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have more stories like this coming soon.